All right, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakar Kodash. I want to say and give double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders, a great millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to the elect, Lord willing, where some of those men and women. Hey, I'm the brother Kabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another quick lesson. It was inspired by this video right here. Basically, this Jake, he actually saw an angel, right, while he was on an operating table. You know, he thought he was about to pass away, and I'm gonna let him explain it. But this shows you that the angels of the Lord are real, and that they look like so-called black men. All right, the angels of the Most High, of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. We've been taught that the Most High, Yahweh, His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, and the angels, that they're white people. This is when Esau pushes that white supremacy, and they call them God and Jesus, and that ain't the Lord's name. They ain't the Heavenly Father's name. Neither is it our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai's name, right? Yahweh is the name of the Most High, who they ignorantly call God. Yahweh Shai is the name who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and they are so-called black men. And this world hates to admit it, but they know the truth. And this is going to come from this brother's own testimony, right? So without any further ado, let me play this real quick.
I don't know how this white lady got my hand, but this white lady was grabbing my hand. And I remember fighting, you know what I'm saying, holding on to the white lady's hand. And I remember every time I jumped, she kind of rough with me, like, sit down. You know, in my head, I'm like, I'm a nigga. I'm full of tattoos. I got shot up. Like, man, this bitch don't care about me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm whipping her hand, she kind of like rough with me, like forcing me down. She, you know what I'm saying? She ain't soothing a nigga. She just kind of just like hollering, just yelling. So I remember feeling like, damn, bro, I'm finna die. This bitch don't give a fuck about me. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, she just kind of like threw my hand down, because I kind of had my hand up. This was the zag hand. She threw it. And when she threw it down, I'm like, damn, I'm finna pass up. I'm finna pass away. I'm gonna pass away. And I kind of remember at that moment, like feeling like, you know what I'm saying, like, fuck it, it's over with. So, no bullshit. As I'm laying there, something come up and grab my hand. And I'm like, oh, I need to apologize to this white lady, but I can't talk. So my way of apologizing was just opening my eyes, trying to look at her, because I couldn't talk or nothing like that. No bullshit, you know, it ain't nothing to play with. You know, people like to laugh, play games on the internet, man. It was an angel grabbing my hand. He was an all black man. He had a beard. His braids going to the back. He was all white. He was glowing. He grabbed my hand. He was just looking at my doctor. He was staring at him. The one that was working on me, he was just looking at him. And when I seen him, I was like, man, I'm all right. I'm gonna make it. I'm good. So after that, they was like, do we need surgery? Do we need surgery? They're like, yeah, we need surgery. But the anesthesia, man, I fell out. So I wake up the next day, and I'm asking Doc and them, you know, certain questions, you know, and I'm like, bro, what y'all wear in the operating room while the down? And they like, huh? They like, we don't wear those colors. I'm like, you know, so y'all don't wear all white? They like, nah. And I was like, so what did you have black men in the operating room that day? Like, nah, we had no black men in the OR. That's the terms that they use. And I'm like, so, and they was like, so if he was in there, he would have been covered up, but we had no black men. But at the time when you came in, the team was already waiting for you. So at that moment, you know what I'm saying, I was just like, man, God, real, bro. I appreciate it, you know, saving my life and sending an angel to make me feel better. If you...
Yeah.
So, I don't know how this white lady got my hand, but this white lady was grabbing my hand. And I remember fighting, you know what I'm saying, holding on to the white lady's hand. And I remember every time I jumped, she kind of rough with me, like, sit down. You know, in my head, I'm like, I'm a nigga. I'm full of tattoos. I got shot up. Like, man, this bitch don't care about me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm whipping her hand, she kind of like rough with me, like forcing me down. She, you know what I'm saying, she ain't soothing a nigga. She just kind of just like hollering, just yelling. So I remember feeling like, damn, bro, I'm finna die. This bitch don't give a fuck about me. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, she just kind of like threw my hand down, because I kind of had my hand up. This was the zag hand. She threw it. And when she threw it down, I'm like, damn, I'm finna pass up. I'm finna pass away. I'm gonna pass away. And I kind of remember at that moment, like feeling like, you know what I'm saying, like, fuck it, it's over with. So, no bullshit. As I'm laying there, something come up and grab my hand. And I'm like, oh, I need to apologize to this white lady, but I can't talk. So my way of apologizing was just opening my eyes, trying to look at her, because I couldn't talk or nothing like that. No bullshit, you know, it ain't nothing to play with. You know, people like to laugh, play games on the internet, man. It was an angel grabbing my hand. He was an all black man. He had a beard. His braids going to the back. He was all white. He was glowing. He grabbed my hand.
Call all your how about Yahweh Shai, bro. We've been trying to tell people the angels look like what you call so-called black people. Yahweh Shai himself looks like a so-called black man. All right, and what he had, he was in righteousness. My man had a beard on him. He had braids going to the back, not dreads, but braids. You know, he had his hair in in plaited, and it was going to the back, and he was dressed in all white. And that's the angel of the Lord. That's what the angels look like, bro. You know what I'm saying? If the angels look like that, you know what Yahweh Shai looks like, man. And real quick, I got a precept. Real quick, this is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 2. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. Right? And this brother, he didn't know, well, he knew it by the time the angel touched his hand. But that's who visited him in that hospital. And there's another story of a woman who was trapped in the 9/11 buildings, and I think she's like under a bunch of rubble, and an angel came and saved her up out of there. You know, he was there with her, he comforted her, and that's what the angels do. They minister unto us. All right? And that was for this man's testimony, for us to hear it and us to break it down and share it amongst the body. I don't know if this brother know he an Israelite or not, but he definitely is. Right? And that's what the angels do. They comfort her, just like they comforted Yahweh Shai. Right? And minister unto Yahweh Shai when he was fasting for those 40 days and 40 nights. And he was tempted of the devil. And what did the angels come do? They comforted him. Right? Real quick, I got another precept. This is the book of Psalms 34 and 7. It says, the angels of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, encampeth around about them that fear him and delivereth them. In the NLT it says, for the angel of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, is a guard. He surrounds and defends all who fear him, bro. Now, I hope that this brother, you know, changed his life around. I hope that the Lord have mercy on this brother. But ultimately, we fear Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And the angels, they encampeth around us. They protecting us always. We can't see them with these physical eyes. But right about that time where this dude was about to cross over to the spirit world, the Lord sent a heavenly angel down to comfort this man and let him know that he was going to be okay. And look, Jake, he understands it. And I guarantee you, he hear this truth, man, he going to be more inclined because he's like, yo, I really saw an angel. Right? And that's true, man. When I was a kid, I have a quick story, and I'll close it out. When I was a kid, I was looking in the mirror, right? I was looking in my mirror, and I was just looking at myself in the mirror or whatever. And I saw somebody sitting at a table behind me. It was real black, like dark skin, and their hair was all wild and whatnot. I don't know if they had a beard or not, but I know they had on all white. And I turned around and I ran upstairs and I called my mom. I thought it was my mom at first, but I was like, yo, my mom's is upstairs. So who is this? You know, but the point of the matter is that the angels are around us. Our brothers, they are our brothers. They're around us, man. All of Israel. All the Israelites, you're going to have angels around. You got angels on the left-hand side, you got angels on the right-hand side. But the angels of the Most High look like Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, dark skin, beard on their face, right? Not shaven, right? We get these images. You type in angels of God, and this is the image you get. These Edomite mythological pictures, right? And the angels don't look like this. This is blasphemy. The angels don't look like this. The angels are not female, right? They don't look like the so-called white man, right? They look like how this brother explained them.
And he was just looking at my doctor, just staring at me. As I'm laying there, something come up and grab my hand. And I'm like, oh, I need to apologize to this white lady, but I can't talk. So my way of apologizing was just opening my eyes, trying to look at her, because I couldn't talk or nothing like that. No bullshit, it ain't nothing to play with. People like to laugh, play games on the internet. Man, it was an angel grabbing my hand. He was an all-black man. He had a beard. His braids going to the back. He was all white. He was glowing. He grabbed my hand. He was just looking at my doctor.
He said he was an all-black man with a beard, braids going to the back. He had a white garment on, and he was glowing. Call hello, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. We trying to tell people that nobody listen, but it's okay, because when you all see the angels, when you see the only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, return, it's going to be a so-called black man returning. Right? He going to have white woolly hair, a white woolly fro, a big beard, a white beard, dark skin, black, like black, like it says, like it says in Revelation. All right. Well, I'll get. I'm in the Old Testament now. I'll get Daniel 10:5. He looked just like the Father. Right. Daniel chapter 10 verse 5. And it says, then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine ewphas. In the NLT it says, I looked up and saw a man dressed in linen clothing, with a belt of pure gold around his waist. Then this is Yahushua. Going back in the KJV, then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz. Right? He had that golden belt on. His body was also like the beryl, and his face has the appearance of lightning, because wisdom maketh you shine. And you know, the angels got wisdom too, but Yahushua got all of it. You know, his face and his appearance was of lightning. His eyes red, his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet the color of polished brass, which we know brass is brown, and his voice as the words like the voice of a multitude. And this is Yahushua. And it says, and I, Daniel, alone saw this vision, for the men that were with me saw not the vision, but a great quaking fell upon them, so that they all fled and hid themselves. All right? In the NLT it says, his body looked like a precious gem, his face flashed like lightning, his eyes flamed like torches, his arms and his feet shone like polished brass. Right? And now let's look up that term for polished brass. That word for polished brass, his arms and his feet like the color to brass. The Hebrew word there for brass is nahashah, which is the copper. We know that copper is brown, bronze is brown, and we know that he's a dark brown. Right? Let's go to the book of Revelation. The angels look like this too. They're dark skinned like this too. Revelation 1 and 13. All right. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man. Right. It says, and we know the Son of Man is Yahushua, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and a girt about his paps. He had that golden. He said he had a gold sash across his chest. Right. And with a golden girdle. Right? In the NLT it says, and standing in the middle of the lampstands was someone like the Son of Man. He was wearing a long robe with a gold sash across his chest. It said his head and his hair were white like wool. Right? As white as snow. His eyes were as the flame of fire. All right? In the NLT it says his head and his hairs, meaning his beard and the top of his head were white like wool, and it had that wool texture. That's a so-called black man. Right? His eyes were like flames of fire. It says in his feet like unto fine brass, as if it burned in a furnace, and his voice is the sound of many waters. It's the same vision that Daniel saw. In the NLT it says his feet were like polished bronze, refined in a furnace. So anything you throw in the furnace is going to be dark, damn near black. Right? And we know that bronze is brown. It ain't white. It ain't so-called white. Right? The Hebrew word there, the Greek word there for brass is
Strong's G 5474 Chalcalibanot.
Some metal like gold, if not more precious. Nah, it ain't. It's just fine brass, man. Right? Fine brass. Burnished copper. You see this? Burnished copper. His skin is like burnt copper, bro. That's black. Right? And his brother saw an angel that looked similar to that. Except he didn't have the white hair. He had the black hair with the braids going back. He didn't say he had dreadlocks. He had braids. And he had a big beard. He had a beard on his face, bro. So I just wanted to bring this up, man. Hey, call Allah Yahweh Shai, man. get ready to see them, because they coming. They already here. And they going to make themselves be shown. Right? If the angels look like so-called black men, you already know what Yahweh Shai look like, so-called black men. Right? And we know that the spirit of Yahweh Shai surrounds us. The spirits of Yahweh Shai is within us. The angels encamping around us. Those are our brothers. Let's down to Shalom on to the next.